Hey everyone, it's Ryan back on the Syntax Bite. In this video, we're going to cover adding and applying modifiers with Python script in Blender. So this is a great way to automate a workflow that you might have where you're adding a certain modifier with specific settings very frequently, and you can avoid having to click around in the AI to do this. Just write a quick script to do it once, and then you can use it as many times as you want. So to get started, we're going to go to the scripting tab up here in Blender, and then we're going to create a new script. Now, one thing to note is that the functions to add a modifier work on the currently selected object. So you can either manually select the object and then run your script, or you can select the object as part of your script. So just to make sure that we have the relevant object selected, which I'm going to be working with my cube here, I can start my script just by deselecting all the objects. So I'm going to do bpy.ops.object .select all, but then we're actually going to pass action equals deselect, and then I'm going to select the object that I want, which is my cube. So I'm going to do bpy data objects and then cube. You would pass just the name of your object here, so it's actually aligning with the name, not the fact that it's a cube, and then select set true. And so if I run this, this should select my cube, which is great. That's what I want. So now my cube is selected, and it will just make sure that at the start of the script, my cube is the selected object and that I don't have other objects that are selected, which could end up causing the modifier or the modifier to be incorrectly applied to them. So I'm going to work with an array modifier here, but you can literally use any modifier. If you want to know the name of the modifier, basically you could just go over here, add the modifier. Let's say you want to add a geometry nodes. So this is just type equals nodes, and this here is the function that we're going to use. So this is a good thing that you can do while you're working on your script, is just to play around with it in the UI, and then in the scripting pane here, it will actually show you what the relevant name or function is. So we can go ahead and just delete that. So I'm going to start by adding the array modifier. So it's bpy.ops.object.modifier add, and then you're going to pass the type. And like I just mentioned, if you wanted to do something else, you could use type nodes for the geometry nodes one. I'm going to use type equals array. So most of the types are pretty self-explanatory. They're just the name in all caps, but some of the longer ones might be different. And so that will add the modifier for us. So if we go ahead and run that now, we can see that we get ourselves an array modifier. Now, you can't actually pass a name here, but then you're going to use the name throughout to refer to the modifier, so that is a bit tricky. But by default, the name will just be the type of the modifier. So there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that now, and that way we can run our script again. So I want to change a few settings on the modifier, and actually let's go ahead and add that back. So I want to change the count. I want this to be like 4, and I want to change this factor x to like 1.1. So I have a bit of space between my cubes, okay? And you will notice that as I went ahead and did that in the UI, again, Blender is giving me the relevant code to go ahead and do that. So I can actually basically just copy this, and that's how you can determine how to set up the settings the way you want. So what I would say to do is just do it in the UI once, and then you can just basically copy the code. So bpy context object modifiers array, and again, this is now the name, not the type. So up here we had the type. Here this is actually the name. So if you had multiple, it usually does .001. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Count is going to be 4, and then bpy context object modifiers array, and then this is relative offset displace. 0, 0 would be the first, so you could do 0 for x, 1 for y, 2 for z, equals 1.1. And that will set up our, so now if I just go ahead and delete this and I rerun this, you can see we get something with the same settings again instantly, which is nice. So I can go ahead and delete that now. The last thing I want to do is I want to actually go ahead and apply my modifier. So I want to do bpy dot ops dot object dot modifier apply. So this one's gonna belong to the same family as the modifier add. We can do modifier apply. You can also do, as was shown earlier or here, modifier remove if you did want to just remove the modifier, but that's probably not something you want to do very frequently when you're scripting. So we're going to go ahead and pass the name here, so array, okay, and then that will actually apply the modifier. And so we can see we don't even notice that the modifier shows up here. It just goes ahead and does that instantaneously, which is pretty cool. You can still undo it, so even though we did it through scripting, if you just press Ctrl-Z, it will go ahead and undo that. So if you made a mistake and accidentally ran a script, or you just didn't get the result that you wanted, you can just go ahead and remove it. So that is how you add and apply modifiers in Blender. It should work the same way for basically any modifier. Here I was working with an array, but as I've mentioned, what you can do is just add the modifier in the sidebar manually, and then you can take a scroll through the different settings options here that were kind of triggered as you were setting up your modifier, and then just put them in your code, and then you'll be good to go. The key is just to make sure that the object that you want the modifier on is selected, so you can either do that manually or do that within your code. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you'll be able to work a little bit faster in Blender now if you have repetitive modifier actions that you need to do. And I will see you next time on the Syntax Bite for another video. Please drop a like on the video if it was helpful and subscribe to the channel for more.